guys, it's Ashley, Scrapping Nerd, and I'm back with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Series 11, with 31 exclusive sketches. And today's sketch is by Ruth Lewendon. Sorry, Ruth, if I said that wrong. I really liked this sketch because it had like the round title idea, and I haven't done that a lot. Actually, I don't think that I've ever done that, and so this was a really fun sketch. So I had this Mente paper from the Woodland collection, which had the wood slice on it. So I fussy cut the wood slice out of the paper. And I'm just going to use this green cardstock here. And I decided I wanted to do some mixed media in the background. So I'm just going to trace kind of where that wood slice is. And then I'm going to use Distress Oxide in Rustic Wilderness. And I'm going to create kind of a halo around the wood slice in the background. And at first I thought I was only going to do it in the upper left and lower right corner. But then I decided to go around the whole wood slice. And so I really like how that's looking. You're going to see me bring the wood slice in and out often to make sure that it is where I like it. And since it's Distress Oxide, I can spray water on it and make it splotchy. And so the interesting thing is you can see that it's splotchy, but the cardstock is textured, so it's not as obvious like it normally is, like big circle splotches. It's more of just where the texture is. So it's interesting. I've never done it on a textured background before. And then I'm going to do a bunch of splatters in the background. And so I used Perfect Pearls in Sour Apple, Lindy's Starburst Spray and Ponderosa Pines, and Glimmer Mist and Forest Deep. And so I really like how that looks. It gives a shimmer to the background. And then I had this leaf stamp in my stash. So I'm not sure where I got it. It's a Ranger stamp, and it had this leaf stamp in there. And you can see I tested in the center to see if I even liked the leaf pattern. And I want to put these leaves around where the floral part of the wood slice is, just to add some dimension to the background, because I decided not to roll up the leaves or anything. I left them flat, which is something I don't normally do on my layouts. But because I stamped in the background a bunch of these leaves, it adds that dimension there without having to roll up the paper. And so because I used my blending brush to make kind of that halo behind there, I can use the same color ink and stamp, and it comes out darker. So it's like the same color on each other, but because it's not blended, it comes out darker. And again, it's a textured cardstock. And so it's interesting stamping on textured cardstock. It's not a full smooth stamping, I guess is the word, but I really like how it turned out. And I'm still fairly new to this mixed media stuff. I'm working on that area, and so I just had never done it on textured cardstock, but I do like how it turned out. And so I'm going to work on the title, and I had these thickers in my stash, and I couldn't decide which gold to use, but I knew I wanted to use gold with this green. I really like how gold and green look together. And so I put my title around the left side, and it's just California Adventure. It's not an original title. This picture was taken in California Adventure, and I'm going to use this page as my title page in my album, because the album includes everywhere that we went on the trip. We went with our best friends and their family to Disneyland and California Adventure, which I know that this is going to irk some people, but we kind of liked California Adventure better than Disneyland, but don't yell at me. So I distressed the wood slice just to give it a little bit more texture, and then I used some walnut stain on it. And so now I'm going to work on my layers in the center. And so I had this journaling card, and I liked the color because I'm going to use a bunch of scrap papers in green to try to do some layers. And So I cut off the camera, and I really liked this Capture Life, and then I had, like I said, these scrap papers of this plaid, and you're going to see me fiddle around with these layers a bit. I really liked in Ruth's sketch all of the different layers around the photo. I really like making embellishment clusters, and I don't normally do photo layers. And so this was a fun thing to do that I don't normally do, which of course I say it all the time. This is why I love the 30 Days of Sketches series. It just gets me out of my box and has me do things that I haven't done before. Sketches in general do that. But I had this other journaling card that I'm going to use as a photo mat, and I couldn't decide if I was going to put the photo to the left or in the center, and when I did this photo mat, it made the picture much larger, and so I needed it to be in the center, and so then I had to put some stuff on the left side of the picture, and I decided to make this Capture Life card a layer and have the word on the left side of the photo, and then for it to kind of extend over to the right side. And so I'm liking how that's looking. All of my green layers, I used the Rustic Wilderness and inked around the edges just to help give it some dimension. That stripe piece I will put up at the top, kind of like a photo tab. I really like how that looks. And so the funny thing is, as I'm telling you, I'm working on my layers, I didn't notice until I was taking pictures after my video was done and my layer was done, or my layout was done, is I put this plaid on the right side, and so the left side plaid should go on top of the green paper because it's supposed to look like the layer goes all the same level on either side of the photo, but it doesn't. And so I didn't even notice that. See here, it's not right, but it looks good, and I didn't even notice it, and so I left it. And so I had these old border stickers. You saw the sheet from who knows where and for how long I've had it. I can tell that it's old just based on what it looks like, but I just put that across the bottom, and then I'm filling in that kind of green space with some little tags I had, or little sayings I had in the stash. And I really like how that looks, and I just kind of put these circle things on the corners of the photo. Again, just stuff I have in this stash. And because we're at the California Adventure, I wanted to add some sayings that are, amusement park related, I guess. And so I have a day at the park, you're my favorite, up on the little thing here. What is that? The flag. At the tab above the photo, it has imagination, it has no age, and then down on the left it says what a day. But that's basically the layout. Thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button below. I'd love to have you. Make sure you check out all the links below for Christy's Beautiful Life. Everyone's doing wonderful layouts, loads of inspiration. But thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye.